All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on whichever part of the world you're in. Um, we are in the United States, and so here it is late afternoon. Once again, I am caught with low light. I did figure out how to turn on, you can't really see it, but well, maybe you can. Ah, there she is. Okay, so I have this girl shining on me, and then there's these two tiny little things attached to they're just this small lights attached to um, my phone. No, not the phone, the selfie stick. So hopefully the lighting is okay. All right. So today I would like to talk about, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, which was called Investing is Scary for Retirees. So we did that one yesterday. And today, as promised, I would really like to talk about my superheroes. And I call them that because in my mindset, that's how I feel about them. They are to me superheroes, and these are human beings, people on YouTube that are, and they've been on there long before I just started. About a week and a half ago, maybe it's not even been a full 2 weeks yet. I think, but um, so there's a couple of them, and I'm going to go right ahead. I'm not going to ramble a lot today. I just really, really want to. I don't know if they'll ever see my videos or know how thankful I am to them. I hope, that they will, just so they know that they are so appreciated. They are such an inspiration. And I personally am so thankful for them. And I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only one, that there are many, many folks out there that feel the same way. So these are in no particular order. I'll probably just go down the line as far as maybe when I first came across one of their videos. So the first person that I want to say that I came across in the initial stages, and that would have been, I would say, a good 4 or 5, maybe even 6 months ago, probably around the time we first moved to Nevada. And that is Raina, I hope to God I'm not crucifying her name. I watch her all the time. So by now I should know how to say it properly. But she has a channel called Small Retirement Life, and she is based out of Canada. And I adore Raina. Raina is such a classy, elegant lady. Her grace, never fails to amaze me. And she is a single lady. She lives with her dog, and she has downsized her life and retired. Actually, not retired. No, she got laid off from her job, a few years back. And here she is. She's on YouTube at age, I think she's around my age or older, thereabout somewhere. And so there she is. She's been doing her channel on YouTube, Small Retirement Life, for, I would say, over a year now, just about a year or a little over a year. And she is just doing amazing. She talks about her daily life activities, retirement, starting the YouTube channel, just a whole host of stuff, everyday stuff. Kind of like, yeah, I ramble a lot more, of course. She is very very classy lady, very adorable, very graceful. And she's one of the first people that I started watching on YouTube. in relation to older people and retirement and just starting YouTube channels, and I was I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And then, of course, as I clicked on her and I watched her, and then it led me to other people and so on and so forth. But I want to take the time to say, Reina, if you ever see this video, you are amazing. You have inspired me so much. Your grace is beautiful and your dignity. And you are such a cool, classy lady. And kudos to you. And thank you for being one of my superheroes. All right. So from Reina, we will move on to, again, this is in no particular order, probably just along the lines of, how I discovered people through time. And again, even then, my brain doesn't keep track 100%. And you will probably hear me mention probably in every single video about the brain fog and menopause. We're not going to go into details, but it's a real thing, and yeah, the forgetful Jones thing comes along with it. So, but anyhow, I also want to say at this point, before I go into my second superhero on YouTube that has inspired me and helped me so much, is that today I'm just doing a superhero video about people, older folks along my age, maybe slightly younger, maybe older, definitely some a lot older, that are doing this, that have been doing it, way longer and are successful at it. And excuse me, most of them, just like me, and excuse me, I think this is why I relate to them so much, is that they're not doing it to sell you anything or for those type of reasons, which I did mention in one of my videos before. And if you're new and here to my channel and you haven't seen any of my I would say about 6-7 videos, the first 3 of them do not even have thumbnails because I had no clue how to. And then I had one video with no volume whatsoever. And then after that, I because I still wanted to post that video with the no volume, I said, you know what, let me make some kind of funny caption about, I made an entire video without any volume. And I wanted to post it anyways because I worked on it, and it was one of my first longer videos. It was like about 28 minutes long. And I'm like, I am posting this. So it's up there with no volume, just me doing all this. Anywho, so I want to say that these are the people that I in the last 5 to 6 months have been watching pretty diligently, and some a lot longer, some a lot shorter, whatever, depending on when I first found them on YouTube. And so today's video is going to be about the YouTube content creators that are out there, senior, retired, semi-retired, fully retired, etc., that are out there doing this and thriving and are helping so many people just by themselves, putting themselves out there and doing it. And they have been, so inspirational to me and so helpful, and I called them my superheroes. So the second person on my list today is Rob the Maritimer. That's what his channel is called, and his name is Rob. He is also based out of Canada. I did mention him in one of my prior videos, and since then I came across someone else recently, but we'll get to him in a minute. But Rob is one of those people that you cannot help but like. He's very likable. He's very real, very genuine, down to earth. He just speaks kind of like me. No, let me not say that. He doesn't ramble. I tend to be kind of all over the place, but that's just my personality, and I'll probably continue doing that. And I hope that throughout my randomness and my ramblings and my all over the place things, that hopefully, as you know, in each video, and as time goes by, that I am able to, in some small, tiny way, or medium way, or big way, somehow encourage people, or help them, or guide them, or impart a little tiny bit of my wisdom or experience. I've been on this planet for 56 years now, and I do have a lot to share. I have lived quite a life, and as time goes by, I'm also a very private person, but from watching others share their journeys, hence the name of my channel, also our channel, it's called Journeys, Me and My Hun. And in parentheses, we have Buble the cat sometimes. So Buble the cat will occasionally make a guest appearance because he hates being filmed. But he's adorable, and you guys will get to see him at some point. And also talking about that, you guys must be wondering, well, where's the Hun? The Hun is a very shy Hun. We're a yin and yang, the complete opposite. I am the loud, obnoxious, boisterous one, and my Hun is very quiet, soft-spoken, shy. The opposite of me, basically. And we complement each other perfectly. But he will be making appearances. But most of the time, you guys will see me, at least in this part of the journey, where we haven't, gone off into the world yet, and are, doing things out there, traveling the world, and so on. And at that point, you'll definitely get to see him more. But for now, I'm just beginning. And we're set, just talking, setting up, sharing, etc., etc. So, what was I saying? Rob. So Rob the Maritimer is based out of Canada, and he is, like I said, he just talks about everyday life. Again, he has a fluffy cat as well that is sometimes in his videos when he's in his office, and he films sometimes out of his office, and sometimes he's just taking a stroll, walking, I guess, in the neighborhood near where he lives. It looks like he lives in a really, really beautiful neighborhood. There seems to be a lake and trees and trails and stuff like that. And yeah, so he just walks and talks, and very genuine, very down to earth, very relatable. And I want to, again, I don't know if Raina or Rob or any of the other people that I will talk about will ever see this video, but if they do, Rob, thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart for being yourself, for just by you being yourself, giving me, and I'm sure countless other folks out there, the encouragement, almost the permission, and the hope to be ourselves, and just put ourselves out there. So that, like I said, Rob is definitely very, very down to earth and real, and I love that. And he was the first one actually that kind of made me think even seriously. I'm like, wow, yeah, there he is. He's just walking, talking. Okay. So this is a little strange. There's a person walking down the street. I know Halloween was a couple of days ago, but they're wearing a very long cape and just pacing up and down. All right, never mind. We're not. It is Las Vegas after all. Well, we're in Henderson, but not too far from Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay, so yeah, Rob the Maritimer. Check him out, and check out Raina as well. They are very cool, very amazing. And again, Rob is one of my superheroes. All right, so moving on to the next person. And that is someone that I discovered very recently. And when I say very recently, I want to say literally like maybe 4 days ago. And I don't want to say I just found out about him just 4 days ago. But 4 days ago was the very first time that I actually watched one of his videos. Now, I had kind of, through a couple of other folks on YouTube having mentioned him and his channel. And I was curious, and it's just that, sometimes the day gets away from you, flies so fast, and you have a thought in your head that, okay, I need to watch him or that channel or do this or do that, and but thankfully, about 4 days ago, I actually got the opportunity to watch his channel finally, and it happened because my husband and I were having such an intense, pressure-filled, stressful week, which I covered in my video yesterday, which is titled "Investing is Scary for Retirees," which we are. And we have been putting off investing, just to sum it up very briefly, if you want, everything, I've explained it in the other video. But so please go and watch that video. So we, out of sheer fear, exactly as the title says, investing as is very scary as retirees. And out of sheer fear, we had been, I hope the light is still, yeah, okay. Let me move closer to the light. Putting it off, just thinking, all right, we'll do more research. We'll find out some more information before we pull the trigger, so to speak, and go ahead and fully invest. But long story short, during that week, and it still hasn't happened, it's going to happen this week, though, for sure, God willing, yes. And so during this very stressful last week, at the end of the day or evening or night or whatever, I didn't want to quite watch any financial guidance videos, any YouTube videos on investments or finances or stocks or any of those things. And so this was a good opportunity for me because I just needed to, kind of clear your head. And when I tell you, it was a rough week for us. But thank God, we got through it. We're here and life goes on. And so, again, I always like to say that very famous quote, that in every cloud or dark cloud, there is a silver lining. And the lining for me this past week was that I knew about him. I wanted to watch his videos, just didn't get the time. And this past week, I wonder if I should put this here instead. All right, bear with me, guys. Yeah, I think I will. Okay. So yeah, this past week, like I said, due to, usually I would watch a lot more financial videos, studying them diligently, trying to learn as much as I can. But this last week, due to the stress of it all, I'm like, okay, no financial videos. And I had the time, and so I actually was able to watch one of his videos. And the person I'm talking about is Old Mike. I am sure a lot of you guys have seen his videos, have heard about him. And his channel is called, I wrote it down, here it is. His channel is called Old Me Living Better. And that's what he's doing. Old Mike. Let me tell you about Old Mike. Old Mike, and if you haven't heard about him or you haven't seen his channel, please watch it. He has some awesome videos. He's been, okay, to give you a brief history, Old Mike is, I like to call him Old Mike, is 81 years old. Okay? 81 years old. Yes, you heard that correct. And he started his channel, Old Me Living Better, about a year ago, when he was 80. And like he said, if he can do it, you can do it. And he is so right. I mean, these people, and this is why I call them my superheroes, they're so real. They're real human beings, but they're my superheroes because they're out there so courageous and so brave and so honest and just themselves, real, genuine human people. And it is so wonderful to be able to not only watch and learn from these, my superheroes, but also to almost feel like, well, I'm one of them. Kind of, like I'm doing or trying to do what they're doing. And Mike has a saying. Oh, God, I love this saying. He has many others, but this particular one is the slogan, the logo that kind of connects to his channel. And he has merchandise and mugs and, different things with that logo on it. And that quote is, if you ain't dead, you ain't done. Let me tell you, I love that. Like, that is so true. And I want to say that. I want to take old Mike's advice and, share it with whoever might be watching my little tiny channel, that Mike is 81 years old and he is on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel. Okay. And despite having so many challenges in his life, because I noticed that he has a video. I haven't watched it yet, but it's on my to-do list, where he's the primary caregiver of his wife. And I am sure that has to be challenging. And then there's another video. Again, I haven't watched it yet, but it is on my list to do so. He has another video about his scooter, which tells me that he may have mobility issues, and the scooter has given him more, mobility, flexibility, freedom of movement. And so despite all of these challenges, there's Mike on his channel. Just he is actually helping others, despite whatever might be going on in his life. He is out there just by talking and putting himself out there and sharing is such an inspiration and such a motivation to, so many people, I'm sure. For me, oh my goodness, Mike is amazing. Mike is definitely one of my superheroes. And one of the other quotes that this past week really helped me a lot is, he said, consume less, create more. So let me say that again. Consume less, create more. And what he means by that is, that as far as the consuming goes, is people like me, which I am so guilty of that. And I probably will continue doing that because, hey, I'm very new at this and I have so much to learn and such a long way to go that I will continue consuming. But he put it into perspective, especially for me, and it really, helped me shift a little tiny gear in my head, which was I definitely was consuming way more than creating. So I would, spend in the whatever free time I had, watching the YouTube videos on whether it was YouTube channel related videos, whether it was travel related videos for retirees, slow travelers, seniors, etc. Financial videos about money and retirement and investment and stretching your budget and all of that in retirement. And outside of that, I love animals. I absolutely love animals. I even, sometimes would joke, well, not quite a joke, might even be partially true, that I love animals even more than humans sometimes. And so I will, and I call that my kind of comforting guilty pleasure, where if I'm not watching the travel and the investing and the finance and the YouTube videos, then it's animals and pets, or, cute animals and pets, or something to do with recipes and cooking and baking, which obviously is obvious because I am a semi-retired baker. And again, I have said a little bit about that in some of my other videos. Go and check those out. That's something I learned on YouTube too, to tell you guys to go and check my videos out. Okay. So, yeah. what was I saying about that? Oh, consuming and creating. And after I heard that quote, I was like, you know what? That is so true. And that doesn't mean that I am going to stop watching or consuming or learning as much as I can, because, that helps us grow and become better and so on and so forth. But the balance, I definitely could be spending more time, a little bit more time, definitely, in the creation process of my YouTube videos, our journeys, as opposed to just constantly consuming others' videos, which I enjoy thoroughly. And like I said, which helped me so very much. And to Mike, I want to say, oh, Mike, thank you so very much for you, for being out there, for doing what you are doing, which is putting yourself out there, sharing your life journeys with all of us, for being such an inspiration, excuse me, to, I am sure, so many people. But for me, you are my superhero. And thank you, Mike. If you ever see this video, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I also wanted to share a quote with Mike. Because Mike, he shares these little nuggets and gems, these quotes. And, sometimes it might be something that he just said, or it could be from someone else. But bottom line, the quotes are so beautiful. They're so meaningful and deep and enriching. And I always come away with a feeling of, wow, that was so deep, or I learned something from it. So, Mike, this one is for you. I want to share this quote with you, and I'm sure you will like this, which is, creativity is a combination of discipline and a childlike spirit, end quote. I think that is so beautiful. And I think, Mike will get a kick out of that. And it kind of ties back in also to what I've been saying, about my superheroes, that anyone can, these guys are showing us, showing the world that you can do it too. Anyone can do this, and they're doing it with such grace and dignity and charm and just class and genuine down-to-earthness that you cannot help but be inspired. So thank you guys so very much. Please check out Rob the Maritimer's videos. Awesome. Reina, Small Retirement Travel, super sweet lady. And Mike, oh gosh, gotta get this right. I want to make sure that people are old me living better. That is old Mike, and his saying is, "If you ain't dead, you ain't done." That is so true. All right, so I am going to wrap it up here. Yesterday's video was about 50 something minutes long. And so today we're going to keep it, it's at 28 minutes right now, which is pretty good. I just really wanted to come on today, though, and express my heartfelt gratitude to, and these are just 3 of my favorites. There are more. And of course, I will make more videos, and each, in different videos, I will share with you some of the people that I am watching on YouTube. And this particular category today is mostly related to folks that are doing YouTube videos in retirement or in their senior years, with regards to helping people to learn about, maybe just starting a YouTube channel as a beginner. Some of it could be just living retirement life, just general everyday everything. And so There's a few more. And again, I don't want to run the video too long today, but in another section or category in a video, there's also people that I watch that I want to mention, whether it be in the slow travel category or retirement travel category, whether it be health and fitness. Oh, health and fitness. That is another, because, as we get older, my hun is going to be 62 next year. I'm going to be 57. And so, you know, you want to live long, but you also want to live long and healthy and mobile and active as humanly possible. And so, of course, we're trying our best to, stay healthy and active, and all of that is something that, again, in the last couple of years, we have learned so much about. And I will definitely be sharing, stuff about that in our journeys as well, because that is a very relevant, very real, important part of our journey, to ensure that, we remain as healthy and fit and flexible and mobile and active as we possibly can, and to increase longevity as well. So, yeah, so there's going to be, some videos that I will make, especially just to acknowledge the people in all of these different categories, whether it is travel, slow travel, retirement travel, health and fitness, finances, um, investing money, budgeting in retirement, and of course, people sharing their lives and journeys on YouTube, senior people, older people, retired people. So all of that stuff. And yes, but in the meantime, again, thank you to my superheroes. And I hope that you guys out there will check them out. They are amazing and awesome channels to watch. Very, like I said, inspiring, very real, very down to earth. And that is what helped me. Actually, one of the things I want to say about old Mike is that he uses a term called, and I actually watched this video, I think 2 days ago. And in the world of YouTube, I think there is a figure or statistic. Again, I don't remember all these numbers, but something million YouTube channels and YouTube, people all over the world. And when you are clicking on a video and watching, different people say different things, sometimes it can be so overwhelming or confusing or contradictory. And, for people that are new at this or beginning, or for people like me that, I've said it and made it very plain, I do not have a niche. I just am me. And Mike really, really put it into such amazing perspective for me, especially, and I hope and pray, and I'm sure for many others too, that are thinking about doing this, that are doing this, that want to do this. And he used a word called polymath, and I won't go into all of that today because I do want to wrap this up, but I'm going to do a separate video just on that word, polymath. And it is a word that that's the first time I heard it from old Mike. And it is such an amazing word for me anyways. And it helped me so very much as far as those, the conflicting, confusing, contradictory, this person will say, do this person will say, don't do this. And, it can affect, even though I can say by nature, I am pretty, at this point, age 56 plus, kind kind of, have grown into my skin and know my likes and wants, etc. I'm pretty self-confident in some regards, so on and so forth. We're all learning things, we all have our weaknesses and emotional things. But overall, I would say that I don't really too much give two hoots about, whether someone likes something about me or not. I'm just going to be me. But having said that, at the same time, because YouTube is a platform to the world where you are putting yourself out there to the world, and whoever might see your video, you are sending out, whether it's a message or I don't know, an encouragement or advice or sharing, little nuggets or whatever, then because of that, not that I care or you care what they think about you, but at the same time, there's a level of respect and boundary where you are sharing stuff with others. And so because of that, you want to do it in a dignified, respectful, for lack of a better phrase, correct way, And so because of that, I would have just come on and probably continued doing me, the random, the crazy, the rambling. That's just my personality. I'm just going to be me and, share whatever and our journeys and our life stories and so on. But Rob truly validated me to a certain extent. Not Rob, sorry, Mike, in saying that it's okay to have many niches or not have a niche or to be passionate about many things. And again, I would like to do an entire video. It is so interesting, that topic, polymath. Remember that word, look it up, and we will discuss that further. But in the meantime, guys, take care. Thank you so much for taking the time once again to to listen to my random, well, today wasn't very random, actually. Today was all about my superheroes, so that was very, very important, and I hope it helps you guys, even if it helps one person out there to go and watch one of these guys' channels. I am sure they will quickly become your superheroes too. So until next time, my name is Shanaz, and you guys take care. Be kind, be healthy, take care of your health, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.